So sometimes when making decisions, it can be a little rough, especially hard decisions. And oftentimes you'll feel like, well, I'm not sure if it was my intuition that was speaking. Sometimes you want to make a decision, and you want to make that decision based on your intuitiveness, right? What you're feeling inside, the window to your soul, right? You want to make a decision based on that. But sometimes you can make a decision that's based on your trauma and not your intuition. So you have to be really, really careful with making the decision and knowing, is this my intuition speaking or is this my trauma speaking? They can both feel similar. It can be very confusing and it can be very similar. But your trauma is always going to self-sabotage things for you. Your trauma is always going to tell you that you're not good enough. Your trauma is always going to tell you anything that is going to create a negative feeling in you, or something that's going to make you feel isolated or secluded and stuff like that. Make sure when you're making a decision about something that you're really making that decision coming from a very strong intuitive space. This is not coming from trauma. This is not coming from, and your trauma also speaks to your perception of things. Sometimes our perception of things is not really based on factual things. Sometimes that's based on your perception of things, and your perception of things sometimes is based on past trauma. So when you are making a decision about something, before you make the decision, really think it through, you know, ask yourself the questions, question, is this derived from past experiences in my life, and is it causing self-sabotaging, right? You self-sabotage, you talk yourself out of good things in your life. Make sure when you're walking away from things that it's not your intuition that it's not your trauma speaking, but that it's truly your intuition. And your intuition is always going to tell you the best decision to make. So sit down, think about it, relish over it, write about it, journal about it, anything and everything that you can do to really process what you're doing and what you're feeling, so that you don't make the decision coming from a space of trauma. You always want to make it coming from a space of your intuition.